Evernote is a tool that you can use to take notes, record voice memos, capture information images, and web content. You can use it on the web, as well as a software download for your computer, or as a browser plug-in. You can also use it as an application on a mobile device like an iPhone or BlackBerry. Recently, Evernote has added social features which make it a very useful tool for educators. To start, you want to create an account, so click on the link right here. The creation process is relatively straightforward. All you need to do is enter your name, email address, and then create a username and password. Once you accept the terms of service and type in the captcha words, Evernote will send you an email with the confirmation code that you will need to type in before you log in for the very first time. You do not need to enter a lot of personal information, which is always a nice feature. Type in your confirmation code to get to the login page, then log in. This will bring you to your home page.
Creating a new note in Evernote is easy. Begin by clicking the New Note button. Now type your note into the body, or if you're copying something from a website, paste it into this space. I'm collecting children's poems for use in a poetry unit. I will copy and paste each poem into a separate note. If the mood hits me later, I may write one of my own right into a note, but for now I'm collecting some fun poems from the internet. You can also copy and paste the URL in case you want to go back to the website where you found it. The Set URL field is up here. And you can give your note a title by typing it into the title field. I'm just titling all of my notes the title of the poem. You can change font color, style, and size, just as you would on any word processor. After making several notes, I'll need a way to organize them, so I can give them tags. For this project, I'm giving every poem the tag poem, kids, and something that has to do with the topic of the poem. Click Done to save your note. The default is for the newest note to be saved on the top of the column, but here under View Options, you can change the way you organize the notes. So you can do newest first, oldest first, and you have other options here. If you'd rather a more condensed list, you can click on List. And there you have your short list. You can organize notes into different notebooks to keep things organized. Click on the drop-down next to the word Notebook and choose New Notebook. Give your notebook a name. I'm going to call mine Children's Poems, and then Save. There are a few ways you can move your notes into a notebook. You can either drag the notes into the notebook, like that, Or you can select the note, click Edit, go to the drop-down where the current notebook is showing, change the notebook, click on Change Notebook in the pop-up, and there you go. To attach a file to Note, click on the paperclip icon when you're in the edit mode. Click Browse to browse your computer. And then click Attach. Another great feature of Evernote is that you can also do a keyword search for your notes. One of the poems I collected was about a shadow. So I just type shadow into the field and click on search. And there's the note that I saved that had the word shadow in it. And then if you go over here, you can see that every time the word shadow appears in the poem or on the note, it's highlighted. So, now that you know a little about creating a note, let's discuss some practical classroom applications of Evernote.
One nice feature for educators is that we could go paperless and post homework to the web. First, you will want to create a notebook. You will click up here to Notebooks and create a new notebook. Let's call it Science Homework. In that notebook, we're going to create a new note. And let's call this September 2nd Science Homework. We want to make sure that it is in the Science Homework notebook. And we're ready to add our assignment. I've already created the assignment in a Word doc, so I'm going to just copy and paste. That assignment. I can use any of these Word text editing features. I can create a link as I've done here. I've linked right to the Earth Week website. I can add tags to it. Okay, and click Done. Now we're ready to post the homework on the web and share it. So we're going to go up to Share, the drop-down menu, and choose Share Notebooks. We need to locate the notebook that we wish to share, which is the science homework, and we're going to click Start Sharing. Because there's no personal information that should be secure, we can share with the world. Our other option is to share with certain individuals, but in this case we're going to share with the world. So we're going to click Start Sharing with the World, and I'm going to give a description of science homework for September 2nd and save it. Evernote has given us a public URL with a link right to that. So let's see what it looks like. And there's the nightly homework that's public for our students to view. You can then email that URL link to your students so they have access and are able to locate that web page. So that was pretty simple, and this is how we can post homework to the internet. Another way teachers could use Evernote is to post a web quest and invite their students to participate. First, we're going to go up to Notebooks and create a new notebook. And we'll call it Blackbird Pond. And then we're going to create a new note. We'll call this Blackbird Pond as well. We're going to save it in the Blackbird Pond notebook. Change notebooks, yes. Okay, we're going to edit it. I found this really neat web quest already created, so we're just going to create a link to that. Copy and paste the URL. I'm going to go ahead and hyperlink this. This box is asking for a URL prompt. Paste it right in there, and it's hyperlinked right to the web quest. Okay, when we're done creating this note, we're just going to select Done and go up and share this. We can share it Facebook, email, or share the link, but we're going to share the whole notebook. Blackbird Pond, we've located this notebook and we're going to start sharing. I'm going to just share with individuals, my students only. It will not be shared with the world, so we're going to click here and type in their email. We can give them an option, creating a message. Please try this web quest, and click Send Invitations. Your students will have access to that web quest and they can begin using it right online.
In the old days, I would have written out a poem on a large easel pad with my best teacher handwriting in order to use a poem for a lesson. Now I can open up Evernote and project the notes onto a whiteboard. We can use the poem for the length of the lesson. Later, if I want students to use the poem in conjunction with a homework activity, or if they want to share the poem with their parents, I can share the poem with my students and they can view the poems on their home computer. And the way I do that is go to Share, Share Notebooks. I find children's poems and I click on Start Sharing. I have the choice between Share with the World and Share with Individuals. If I click on Share with the World, anybody will have access to it. If I only want my students and their families to be able to view it, I would click on Invite Individuals to access this notebook, and I would type in every email address for the children's parents. I have the option of typing in a message, and then I click on Send Invitations. We hope you have enjoyed our presentation of how to use Evernote and that you found it to be a useful educational tool. Thank you for watching.